So maybe you're different than me, but when I wake up in the morning, before I even get out of bed, I pull up my one of my crypto apps and I look to see what's going on. And I love it when I get an unsuspected surprise with a crypto that I'm trading, I'm following, I'm holding, and I am doing other things with that we're going to talk about. But I like it when it's up. It's a lot of fun to me. I mean, it's the excitement. Yes, I know I shouldn't be that excited over numbers on an app, but I am. So I'm talking about SUI. If you look at where SUI is today, let's look at the crypto bubbles. Look at SUI, up 11%. Here we are, 11% on SUI, market cap 12.49 billion, ranked number 13. Trading volume, 24 hours, 1.74 billion. It's a hot commodity, or I shouldn't call it a commodity. It's a hot crypto right now. And here we are. So let's see, right here is where we are. This is the 4-hour chart. And, these lines aren't perfect. They're not perfectly parallel. They're not perfectly on point. But you kind of get the picture of the channel in which it's trading in. So right back here, when we had a pullback earlier this week on Monday, I initiated a trade. It got right into a realm where I was pretty stoked on. I missed it. I missed the bottom of where it went in that range, but I got in on this trade and I put on a long that was leveraged at 10 times. So more leverage than I typically would get into a trade on, but I really thought we were at the bottom. I thought it was all based on baseless news of the DeepSeek. And so I added into a trade when people were selling because I'd rather buy it low and sell high than buy high and sell low. And you see this went up. It came back down yesterday. I mean, it tested this resistance here and it bounced off it. And then overnight we went up, and up about 11%. And so here we sit now. So this channel, it looks like it's going back up right now if we can take it to a shorter time frame, but I'm not going to do that in time's sake. But look, so let's see, it tested this line here and it bounced off it. Now it's going back up. If it can blow through this line, if it can blow through here, if it can stop, if it can go bust through here, and come back down and test this line, and create new highs or new lows, higher lows, and this line would be flipped into resistance, that would be very, very bullish. We're in a very bull pattern for this right here if it can break out of here. And so where does it have to go? Well, this is close to all-time highs, this red line here. So not to get too boring, but look, we got a lot of opportunity right here. And so right now in my trade that I did through PTCC, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Read all the disclaimers and disclosures down below, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And I'm at a 139% profit right now. On a very small trade, I think I used $145, and I'm up over $200 over that $145 initial investment. So I feel pretty good about this trade. Now, I should probably take off this trade, but this is a purely degen account for me. This is not, I rather hold my bags, and that's how, this is the fun stuff for me, and a little opportunity to have some manual trades. And I say manual because I'm going to show you in a second some ways to trade without having to watch the market all day long. You have to watch it, but some ways to trade in a second that I'll show you that's automatic, not guaranteed. But this is some opportunity we have right now. Let's see where it goes. I think it can, it potentially can run. But remember, it could also hit this line. It can go back up here and bounce down, and it has room to run below that support as well, right? So that can happen as well. It's still in the range. If it can bust out, we have some potential to go to the upside. If it starts to break, if it hits this ceiling of resistance again, it could bounce to the downside, and it could even blow through here, and we have some room to run down there as well. So that all being said, let me show you another way that I trade. I used a couple different programs. I kind of hedge myself off a bunch of different ways. Another thing that I do is I have this grid trading bot on Pionex. Now you'll see some red here, but don't be fooled. I pull my profits out of here, and so they don't count that in here. So I have this is just one account. I have a SUI USD, I have an XRP USDT, and I have a Sol Bitcoin. And I actually take out my profits on a daily basis. I tend to reinvest them either other places or back in here. I don't spend any of my crypto profits at this point. I'm just purely reinvesting. And that's just what I'm doing. You certainly don't have to do that. I say to take your profits, but I take my profits and I reinvest until I believe that the bull market's over. That's the way that I compound compound my gains. So looking at this right here, this SUI, I don't know, let me make this a little bit bigger. Let me make it just a little bit bigger so we can see it. All right. So this, I have a SUI grid trading bot. It's down here. And I opened this up a while ago. I've already seen about $1,000 in arbitrage profit. So on the gain from the sale of these, the sale of these grid trading bots. And this is a bullish bot because it buys and sells on a grid. So I'm between $3.60 and $6. I have 70 grids in there. So when it hits a grid, it will sell on the way up. If it goes back down, it buys. And this is great for volatile cryptos, cryptos that swing. So anything that swings 10% overnight, is going to have profits. I have $4,800 in this investment, but I've already recompounded and reopened this bot a couple times. I think I started with like $1,200 and I'm up to $4,800 over time. And maybe it was more like 2,000 now that I say it. And then I've been recompounding. I mean, I've been taking all those profits and putting them back in there. So that's how I got to 4,800. I just keep adding investment. And while it looks like I'm at a loss, when you factor in my actual arbitrage profit, I'm at a gain of about a 67%. I've had this open for 81 days. So I look at it as another way to hold because it still holds SUI, and I still appreciate it's and as it goes down, it buys back in, and it goes up, it sells, buys, sells. So I'm making a little arbitrage profit along the way, and I don't really have to fully maintain this. I do check it to make sure it's not outside of the price range, mostly to the downside right now, but you don't have to do manual trades and have the stress of doing it. It's all programmed in there. So this is Pionex. I'll have a link down below. Again, not telling you to do this. It's just another option out there to make a little money on arbitrage that I don't consider. It's still very risky because it could still go outside or go to zero or go down. But and I don't know. The Pionex has been around a while, but read your terms of service before you go into it. This is Pionex US. There's no they don't have leverage on Pionex US, but I still like trading on this one just because it's something I can put in there. It makes, I'm at about a 90 arbitrage profit of about 91% annual APY. This XRP is about 100%, and I've made holdings profit. So I'm up 332% in this one. And this Sol Bitcoin bot is just getting started. It's at a 40% arbitrage and negative 68. So I'm negative on this one, but I've been taking my Bitcoin profits, putting it back in there because that's how you get paid, or you get profits in Bitcoin. And so I'm either in Bitcoin or in Sol in the Solana, this one. Both of those I would hold no matter what. So I like this one. I like this one a lot. And we'll see how it goes over time. So just to wrap up, look, the crypto is it's rebounded since it's, we had those issues earlier in the week, last week, but just be prepared for volatility as we hopefully stay in this bull market, and hopefully, I don't like hope as a strategy, but continue to go up for a little bit. But I am already starting to think about my exit strategies. You can't be in these markets without understanding that it's not going to go up forever. There's going to be a massive pullback at some point, and it might be like one of those pullbacks where it's like it goes up and then it hits a point and then it starts to pull back and you're like, oh, it's a dip opportunity, I'm going to buy back in. And then it goes down further and further and further, and it's like boiling the frog. We don't know when that's going to be. Nobody does. Maybe we're in that zone right now, but I'm still bullish with all of the positive legislation, all the positive administration news that's coming out, all the exciting things that are being talked about for crypto. I still think we're in a bull market. I could be wrong. Let me know down below. If you're not a subscriber, I know I asked way too late in this video for you to subscribe or like or share or do all these things, but now would be a good time to do that. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.